There you go.
Hi, my name is Ashley, and this is my informative speech for Communications 101. John 4:20 through 21 says, "This is my commandment, that you love one another as I have loved you." The Bible verse tells us to love others as God has loved us, and this can be achieved through your career in nursing. As a nurse, you can show your love for others as God has loved you through the compassion and care you give to your patients. A registered nurse is responsible for taking care of numerous patients and assisting physicians in providing treatment to patients suffering from various medical conditions. As a nurse, there are many of God's values that you can achieve by the way you do your job. God values our attempt to help others in their efforts to promote the things God values according to Scripture. As a nurse, you are able to promote God's values by the work you do daily. God values our impartiality. As a nurse may have patients who are poor, not of the same religion or culture as them, or they may not have the same beliefs as them, but regardless, nurses have to take care of them as if they were taking care of Christ himself. God values our faith in him, and as a nurse, this is put to the test. As a Christian nurse, they will have numerous ethical decisions that they have to deal with. The only way to deal with the decisions will be to keep a firm standing on their beliefs and faith in God. One of the most prominent dilemmas in nursing today is abortion. While the abortion rates are decreasing, there are still 1.2 million abortions yearly in the United States. The story about Jill Stanek in our text, Speech Communications by Donald Alden, is an excellent example of a nurse taking a stand against abortion because of her faith. Jill was a nurse working in Chicago Christ Hospital. Finally, after keeping quiet for 2 years, she spoke out against the hospital for performing labor-induced abortions. Jill's act of going public with this huge secret ostracized Jill in the hospital and later got her fired. However, she was not upset. Jill chose her faith and what she knew was right over her job. She was pro-life and she was standing up for the life of the unborn because this is what she knew was right by her faith. Another dilemma a nurse might face is whether or not to agree to abort a child that will have mental or physical disabilities if born. God values all human life, so as a Christian nurse, it is their responsibility to try to prevent the abortion from happening. If the nurse is unable to prevent the abortion, it is her right to choose to not participate in the abortion. Some people believe that not all children or babies are seen fit to receive medical care. A child with physical or mental disabilities may be an apparent strain on a family, but the child could also be a blessing in disguise to the family as well. God values his rightful authority over all things, including our bodies. It is God's decision whether or not a child should live, not the parents nor doctors. God values human life, which includes preborn human life, older human life, and impaired human life. A nurse will have to take care of all types of people with all types of illnesses. It may be hard to take care of a patient who is terminally ill, but it is the nurse's duty to ensure that the rest of their life is valued. Some people may think that because someone is terminally ill or dying that they do not need as much care as someone who is going to recover from their sickness. This is far from the truth. God values all human life regardless if they are dying or not. It is a nurse's duty to take care of the terminally ill patient to the best of their ability. God also values our compassion for others. A nurse will care for their patient the same regardless of what illness or disease they may have. Matthew 7:1 says, "Judge not that you be not judged." A good Christian nurse can accurately take care of a patient that has been diagnosed with AIDS from the same gender sex. God values our attempts to communicate his gospel of forgiveness and redemption to those who do not know him. The nurse's ability to not pass judgment on the patient allows the patient to gain a sense of trust for the nurse. A nurse is also compassionate because the nurse must keep all of the patient's medical information confidential, also allowing the patient to trust the nurse. Because the nurse does not judge the patient, it allows the patient to understand that just because they have sinned, this does not mean that they are not worthy of God's unconditional love. In conclusion, nursing is an excellent platform to promote God's values. Nursing helps promote God's value of human life, his value of our love and compassion for others, and his value of our faith in him. God values our hospitality to others, and in nursing, you must be caring and loving to others when they are in your care. A nurse welcomes all patients and makes them feel as comfortable as possible. A nurse can help show God's mercy to those who do not know him. As a nurse, you can show God's love and his values in all aspects of your career.